Here we are in Crystal Cove, California, at the audit firm of Jones, Blake, and Dinkley, LLP. The firm has three partners, Freddie Jones, Daphne Blake, and Velma Dinkley. Velma is the brains behind the operation and the firm's managing partner. JB&D primarily performs audits of non-public companies in accordance with U.S. Generally Accepted Auditing Standards, or U.S. GAAP. That said, the firm just picked up a new client, Destroido, which has visions of going public someday. Destroido is JB&D's largest audit client. Mr. E is the sole owner of Destroido and the chairman of the board. He's a mysterious fellow, and nobody in the town has ever really met the man. The CEO is Ed Machine, which is fitting because the company's main product offering is the Enigma machine. The Enigma machine is a cipher device meant to protect communications. It is primarily sold to companies with international operations who are concerned with infiltration of their internal communications and theft of their intellectual property. Other company personnel include Professor Pericles, the Executive VP and Chief Product Officer, Cassidy Williams, the Chief Financial Officer, and Alice May, the Controller. In preparation of this year's audit of Destroido, Daphne Blake, the engagement partner, calls for an initial kickoff meeting to discuss the application of U.S. GAAP, which is the applicable financial reporting framework for Destroido, and the susceptibility of the company's financial statements to material misstatement, whether due to fraud or error. In attendance is the audit manager, Norville Rogers, and the audit senior, Scoobert Dew.
Before we kick off the meeting, I just want to remind everyone that this is a peer review year. As our largest client, the audit of Destroido is likely to be selected for review.
Ruh-roh!
We've got nothing to worry about, Scooby, as long as we do a solid audit. However, there is some new guidance out there that's applicable for this year's audit. SAS 145, Understanding the Entity and its Environment and Assessing the Risks of Material Misstatement, is codified in AUC Section 315 of the same title, and is effective for audits of financial statements for periods ending on or after December 15, 2023.
Will SAS 145 change our audit approach?
Should it? No, as SAS 145 does not fundamentally change the key concepts underpinning audit risk. Will it? Probably, as there is a focus on addressing a client's system of internal control.
But we don't need to worry about controls, as we do a purely substantive audit.
And that's why this new standard is such a big deal, Shaggy. Although we probably weren't doing it correctly before, we can no longer ignore a client's system of internal control. Creepers.
Walkthroughs?
That's right, Scooby. That means documented walkthroughs.
Zoinks!
The audit firm of JB&D is not alone. An AICPA peer review program survey found that nearly half of all audit engagements were nonconforming because auditors did not properly address their client's system of internal control. This is one of the main reasons that SAS 145 was issued, to help clarify the requirements within U.S. GAAP. In this course, we discuss the requirement to perform risk assessment procedures to gain an understanding of the entity, its environment, and its system of internal control. You will learn about the required risk assessment procedures necessary to gain this understanding. We'll also walk through the 2013 COSO framework and the 5 interrelated components of a system of internal control, including the principles representing the fundamental concepts associated with each component. Finally, you'll learn how to identify relevant or key controls, why they are important, and what auditing standards require us to do with them.
Who's up for an adventure? Alrighty then, let's go. Everyone to the mystery machine. Let's get this audit started.